So this video is a much shorter version of the more in-depth explanation. This simply just shows the pack being made, playing it in game, and that's it. If you want a full in-depth explanation as to how all this has been done and what steps had to be taken to get this particular pack, then check out the hour-long video. But let's get on with it. So, a few ground rules first. We have a timer up here. This is to avoid people's suspicions, oh, you've edited it and stuff like that. What did I do with the actual VanillaWorks files? So they were separated from their original DLC files into loosely stored single assets. So we can see all of the handling files, the vehicle mod files, the libraries, everything like that, all into loose assets, with the exception of audio config and sound effects. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they're in a folder or in a file, whatever. Well, it doesn't matter whether they're in a folder or in a loosely like this. That's just, I just did a drag and drop. Sometimes, like here, for example, so you can see here, these are just loosely stored, and they're also inside here as well. So again, it doesn't actually matter. The program knows what these files are and knows exactly what to do with them. So let's load up the game without the mod in, so we can all see that, of course, it's not present. Just so you say, oh, you've had it in there before. No. And then we're going to build the pack, load up the game again. We're going to spawn some random vehicles, as well as some head models that are now added in, and as well as a particular model that adds in visual effects. So, like, you know, explosions and stuff like that. So we're currently on 210 or 209, sorry. That's because I read the seconds. For the purpose of, like, you know, making things a bit simpler, I've already pre-created a VanillaWorks spawn list for add-on spawner. Okay, so remember, no DLC installed at the moment. The only thing related to that pack is that spawn list, but you'll see what happens when I try and use it. So if we go to use the DLC, so the only two options there are the commercial, and these are essentially the so this pack is quite old now, and new vehicles have been added officially by Rockstar, including this Stockade 4. So there is actually a Stockade 4 in the game, but there's also one in vanilla, so that's why it's showing up here. But as you can see, we literally only have 2 vehicles in this list available. Okay, so that's verified that we've not got it in game. So now let's go over to Rage Data Compiler, Tools, DLC Creator, select your source, which is this one here. Select, name your DLC, let's call it VanillaWorks extended underscore merged. Let's scan. Now there's over 11,600 files here that it needs to scan and know exactly what to do with, so it will take a few seconds, this one. So we found 442 vehicles, various other files, 268 mod files, like that. So we've got some generic warnings here. This basically just says the data for one vehicle existed in one file but also existed in another, and because you're merging them, you can't have two of the same data sets in one vehicle files or calibrating files. So what it does, it uses the file that's the latest version on your hard drive, gets that data, and then it stubs out all the others so it doesn't get loaded into the game. So that's just all these options. These are more for the creator who's making the mod to know, actually, there's something wrong here, I need to sort that out. For the end user, they don't have to worry about this. Similar issues with siren settings and things like that. If there's a conflict between two different siren settings, i.e. or mod kit IDs, for example, two different vehicles share the same mod kit number and ID, then again, that will be a crashing game. Outside of if they're in separate folders, it would just, one would overwrite the other, but because they'd be in the same file now, there would be a conflict, so it automatically deals with that for you as well. And then any additional files that are suitable that it just has no reference for whatsoever in the data you provided simply get put into your global mods folder. An example with this Esperanto here, there's no data in the files whatsoever. I've checked. The original source material does not have the vehicles, car variations, anything like that. So it thinks, okay, right, this must be either a replacement or something to do with something else. Let's put it in a mod folder. So that way you've still got it in game. And then just says, oh, this wasn't found. That doesn't mean it wasn't available. That doesn't mean like it should have been found. It just, the original source material didn't have it. If it was there, it would have said. And then this is just a miscellaneous file that it has no idea what to do with, which is absolutely fine. It's just a resource LUA, nothing to do with the DLC. So we'll click on build. Because we're using a huge pack, we have to install these now. I mean, we've already got these, but the user, like you're installing 442 vehicles here, go and grab these mods. And you can click on all these links and take you straight to that mod, providing the page is still up, of course. If the page isn't and there's a new link, I'll update the program. But we're going to make it an add-on. Save into my mods folder. So as soon as I click save, it starts to build. So I counted about 14 seconds there. So let's see what the output is. So this again is just informing of other issues it's encountered. So in this case, there was a file, i.e. this livery here. This file actually exceeds the limit size for GTA file limits, right? So it's actually 20 megabyte, this file. So it would crash the game. It needs to be 16 megabyte or lower. So in this case, it knows it's an issue and it's excluded it, but it's letting you know it's excluded it. I need to make this a bit clearer for the release version to simply say this was not included because of XYZ. Okay, so we'll click OK. So automatically added to DLC list. Great, brilliant. That says it took a minute or so. I need to verify whether that's minutes, that's seconds, that's milliseconds. I believe that it's seconds, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. The reason, so it made the pack. So let's say it made it in a second. The other 6, 7 seconds, whatever, it needs to place it in the hard drive's location. So I generally believe I just need to make that clearer, actually. But anyway, it built it regardless in 7 seconds from clicking save to where we are now. So we're done. We can just go ahead and launch the game. This is absolutely going to be a game changer for creators who want to make huge multi-vehicle packs. As long as you've got your original source material, you just have it in either a huge folder like that or individual vehicle files where it's, Albany Brigham, and then inside Albany Brigham you've got your car variations, your model files, your texture files, your mod kit files. It will work exactly the same way whether they're stored like that or loosely. So it's great for developers who just want to quickly test their vehicles in game as well. If you just want to test one vehicle at a time, just select that folder, Albany Brigham, and you'll have one DLC pack with just one vehicle in. So you can test it in game within seconds of finalizing your metadatas or your liveries and stuff like that. Okay, so we're in game, no issues crashing, great, brilliant. Remember last time we only had 2 vehicles. Hello. So now we should have 400 and odd. So let's quickly check user vanilla whips. There we go. We've got 1 boat, we've got 29 commercial, 15 compacts, 16 1 4 6 4 15 31 25 3 6 26 39 12 80 27 30 36 36 and we're back to the top. As you also see, it's automatically added the I'm recorded once, let me just turn that off, there we go. It's automatically added, let me just close this menu so I can stop recording and turn that off in the settings actually. How do we, okay, I guess we can't, never mind. So let's spawn a random vehicle from, why is it recording? From the supers, this, all I did was press A. Alright, no, let me get a random vehicle. Okay. Okay, it's got mod kit 674. Does it actually mod? Let's have a look. Vehicle options, mod menu, matching vehicle. Yep, it looks like it did. Let me try with a different vehicle because it's not. See, it's fucking recording again, man. Rockstar, fucking stop doing that, will you? You need to be able to turn that off because it's so fucking annoying. Right. Super, let's choose another random one. Okay, that looks like it's going to have some decent mods. Options, mod menu. Yeah, there we go. We got liveries, we got spoilers, we got fucking skirts, we got all sorts. Whoa, hey, we got nice sounding vehicle there. Great, okay. Let's spawn. Let's spawn a helicopter to get the frig out of here because we're gonna get shot in a minute. Right. Get out of it, get out of it. Find somewhere safe to land this now. Ah, actually, I can just spawn a thing in from the pig, can't I? Right, let's spawn a super in. Oh no, let's go with off-roader. I've not done off-roaders. Let's have a look at off-roaders. That one. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Here we go again. Worst place in the world. Okay, does this have modifications? Yeah, there we go, look at that. Brilliant. Okay, now a vehicle had some custom effects, didn't it? The digital deluxo that was part of the pack, which I believe is in Sports Classics. Digital deluxo. Okay, so from my recollection, this has multiple weapons and it should be able to hover. Slightly not, yes it does. Okay. Let's get somewhere away from civilians. Okay, so does it have the custom effects? Let's get to a building we can shoot at. Yep, and the custom sound, so we've got laser beams there, fantastic. Okay, we've got them as well, fantastic. What we don't have is a HUD icon. It just wasn't in there, it wasn't included. Okay, that's working as well. Okay.
Man, only ants.
Okay, working as it should. Right, let me just go and clear my
Just what I
wanted
need,
level.
police.
And we'll just enable never wanted for this demo. And the last thing that is going to be new is we can now add in PEDs and maps and things like that. This particular pack didn't have maps, but it did have a new PED. So let's do that. So we'll use the model spawner, spawn by model name. So in this case it will be S_M_M_Y_DELIVERY_01. Did I spell it right? Try that again. Model spawning. Spawn by model name. S_M_Y_DELIVERY_01. There we go, I must have spelled it wrong. So that demonstrates that that part of the process is working as well. Fantastic. Got a bit of a weird, I'm not really going to judge, but let's see what other people think.
Have a good time.
Yeah, bro, will do. And because this is going on YouTube, this is as far as we'll go. But yeah, so that pretty much covers the short descriptive demonstration. If you want the full in-depth what the hell actually happened and how the hell it did all this in at least we'll say 7 seconds, then go and check that out as well.